Happy New Year. Welcome back. Today, we're talking about New Year's resolutions and why most of them actually fail. What we're going to do is we're going to apply behavioral economic concepts to understand why New Year's resolutions don't actually work. And hopefully with this understanding, you will be able to design better resolutions and stay committed to achieving your 2023 goals. So we're 8 days into the year and most people have probably failed at the New Year's resolution. If that's you, don't worry, you're not alone. Most of us do. And it turns out that there's actually whole business industries that are developed around our inability to stick to goals. And with a better understanding of these behavioral economic concepts, we'll be able to achieve these goals and stick to them. One of these industries is the health and fitness industry. For instance, Planet Fitness has designed their business model around attracting price-sensitive individuals that are not able to stick to their goals. One New York Planet Fitness owner was interviewed recently, and they said that their gym actually only holds 300 people, but they have 6,000 members. Planet Fitness, health fitness industry, they're all designed under this concept where they make money off of people's inability to follow through with their New Year's resolution. All right, so to better understand why we don't usually follow through with our New Year's resolutions, we need to understand what behavioral economics is. Behavioral economics is a field of economics that combines psychology and econ to understand how people make decisions. It is based on this idea that people's behaviors are not always rational, and that there are many psychological factors that can influence our decisions. So let's talk about some of these behavioral economics biases that are in play. The first is present bias or hyperbolic discounting. And this happens to all of us students. This will sound really familiar to you. So the way present bias works is people often value the present at a higher rate than the future. So that means they would rather immediate rewards rather than wait for the rewards later on. So this makes it really difficult for us to stick to resolutions that require long-term discipline and sacrifices, because the rewards of following through on the resolution are not immediate. So in essence, what's happening is you're experiencing the pain now with the hopes of reaching or fulfilling this gain later on. This is why studying is so difficult. It is really difficult for us to give up leisure, happiness, things that make us happy today, right now, to go study, although we know that studying is better for us in the long run. So it turns out that we all fall for present bias or hyperbolic discounting, and that's why we rarely follow through with our resolutions. The second concept is this concept of loss aversion. So the idea here is loss aversion means that we hate to lose more than we love to win. And because we hate to lose, any goal that is designed as a loss, that you're giving up something, it's really difficult for you to follow through with. That's why dieting doesn't work. That's why budgets have a negative connotation, because they're all designed in a way where you're giving up something, you're losing something. So try to make sure that you are designing your goals or your resolutions as a gain, something that you would want to look forward to rather than something that you're giving up. Reframing the goals as gains rather than losses is something that you could do quickly to avoid not following through with your New Year's resolutions. The third one is overconfidence. There's more biases. These are the top 3 that apply to me that I want to share with you. So overconfidence is this idea where we overestimate what we're able to do. And therefore, what ends up happening is we disappoint ourselves by not being able to accomplish our goal. And once we experience one disappointment, we give up the entire goal. I don't know if you've ever done this. I've done it myself, where you're like, hey, I'm going to be on a strict diet. I want to make sure that I'm improving my fitness and my health. And then you have a cheat candy bar or a soda, and you're like, oh, I gave up. I lost already, so I'm just going to go ahead and give up entirely and start to consume all the junk food in front of me because I overestimated what I was able to accomplish. Or sometimes you'll say, oh, I'll just start the diet tomorrow or Monday and start binging with your food. This happens with savings. Some people don't meet their monthly savings goal, and then they're like, oh, I'm not gonna make my goal, so I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that amazing pair of shoes that I've been dreaming about. So one way to avoid overconfidence is to set up smaller goals, or think marginal thinking. Think about goals on a daily basis or small increments, so that if you don't meet your goal, you can restart and reset quickly. So some other things that you could do to make your goals more tangible and more likely that you will stick to it, keeping in mind some of these behavioral economics biases. First, make your goals specific and measurable. Instead of having vague goals like exercise more, say, I will exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes. This allows you to have a tangible goal that you could follow through with. The other thing you could do is use a commitment device, whether that's a group of people, support group, or maybe having a friend that you walk with, that you run with. These commitment strategies are going to allow you to stick to your goals. These are external forces that will make sure that you're sticking to your goal. You are my commitment device. That's why I share my goals with you all. I don't think anybody is following through and making sure that I'm sticking with it, but because I spoke it out loud, you serve as a commitment device because I don't want to let you down. And then, so you could avoid loss aversion, try to reward yourself when you make progress. This will help bring some of that gain from being a long-term gain to a short-term gain. Whether it's celebrating the end of a week where you ate healthy or you read all the books that you wanted to read, whatever it is, make sure that you're rewarding yourself throughout the process so you incentivize yourself to continue chasing your goals and making sure that they're accomplished in 2023. Incentives matter. Seek support that helps for accountability, that helps for commitment strategy. You guys are my support. Thank you so much for being part of that support group. All right, so now let's talk about my 2023 goals and how I plan on sticking to them. I'm saying them out loud because I want you all to serve as a commitment strategy for me. So my 2023 goals are super easy. I want to write and create more. Now you all know that's not a really good goal because it's not specific, it's not measurable. But let's talk about why I want to write and create more. One thing that I found over the past year is I missed being able to express myself, whether it's in academic writing or creative writing or creating these YouTube videos. I just wasn't consistent and I did not make it a priority. So 2023, I want to make it a priority. So let's talk about the specific goals. Goal number 1, I want to write 3 blog posts per week, and I'll put these on my blogs on my website. If you haven't been there, go check it out. And to make it an achievable goal and so that the stakes are not too high, these blog posts do not need to be more than 500 words. And I'm not going to be specific on what the content is. It could be a reflection, it could be economic news, it could be a data analysis of some data that I found. It's just an opportunity for me to express myself in writing 3 times a week on my blog. Goal number 2 is to write 1 newsletter a week. This one's going to be higher stakes because I know you all are reading it, at least the subscribers are. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I'll put a link in the bottom in the description. Make sure to subscribe. But these will be sent out every Sunday to engage the audience about some of the writing or some of the information that I want to share with them. Goal number 3, and these could be together with the newsletter, is to create 1 video per week. So that's 52 videos this next upcoming year. And I hope to remain consistent. My goal is to be consistent, and so that you could hold me accountable, my goal is to release these every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Videos could be any length that I want them to be, 5 minutes to 15 max. I think the sweet spot is 5 to 10 minutes. And those are my goals for this year. Write and create more. And I hope that you will join me on this journey. If you're new here, by the way, my name is Dr. Abdul Abarani. I go by Dr. A. Thank you for watching this full episode. I'm an economist that believes in producing economic education content because I believe that economics helps you make better decisions in your life. If you are not new here and you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being part of the journey. Make sure to like, comment, and tell me what you liked about this video. For the new people here, I've created a playlist for you to binge watch some of my previous or my favorite episodes. Thank you all. See you next week.